This magnificent boat behind me is a Fleming 65, true ocean-going pedigree, one of the most asked for boats on the channel. We're going to do a full walkthrough of these today. Over 50 of these boats have been built by Fleming since they first started making them. Highly sought after, coveted boats, and I can't wait to take you on a tour of this one. Well, let's step on through this side gate. There's a lot to show you. This boat actually has a bit of a famous history. The original owners sailed under the name of Freya and had a very large Instagram following. But here we are on the aft cockpit, and typical of Fleming yachts, it's pretty pared back. It's definitely not in the style of sports yachts that we see often on the channel, but as you can see, really built for its purpose, which is, ocean going, exploring. I'm just going to swing around to show you a couple of things. The engine hatch is just under there, and there's something really cool to show you about that, so don't miss out at the end of the video. That set of steps there is up onto the Flybridge. As you can see, we've got a symmetrical main deck, so 2 points forward, and we'll go and check all of that out. But the place to start is in the saloon. And people that love Fleming yachts, I think one of the attractions is the beautiful interiors that they do. Those lovely teak or walnut finishes. They're definitely a traditional looking boat, but beautifully done. A real contemporary feel to them. You can see that there we've got a dining table there for 6. There's 6 berths on board, so ample dining space. A settee over there, and then this second dining area, second lounging area rather, here with a coffee table and another settee. Next to that we've got a wine cabinet, and then this is all well connected into the galley, which we'll step into. There's a number of these cabinets here, which is for your stemware, or glasses as some people would prefer to call them. You can see there's a second of those just over there. And then we've got a big full-length refrigerator freezer, which obviously you need when you're heading off on long trips. The galley's here, as you can see. Actually, I didn't point out at the very start, we've got this timber grab rail, of course, to secure yourself while you're underway. Nice size galley, double sink. You can see there we've got the convection stovetop, 3 burners, microwave, an additional convection oven, and there's also the convenience of a dishwasher as well. Very nice. We'll take the steps up to the raised pilot house. There's a day head just adjacent to the pilot house. I'll just open that up for you. It looks like this. Every space has just got that beautiful quality finish. Everywhere you look, it's just stunning. This one looks like this. And then if we slowly spin around, we'll take a look at the pilot house. A little L-shaped place to come and sit. A little table there, of course. And then here is the helm itself. All business all about redundancy, everything at your fingertip really. Thrusters, those engine controls, which we'll duck down and have a look at. And have a look at the size of that Raymarine. That's huge, isn't it? I think that's the 20-inch. Massive. We've got chart plotters, really everything. One of the things that I like a lot about the way Fleming put things together is they have their switchboards really well positioned right next to the helm. You can see that they separate them out behind this frosted glass like this. It's just really well laid out, super handy. Sometimes, you know, these are tucked away under a stairwell or somewhere else, but it's great to see and have those positioned right there. But there it is. Great office if you're lucky enough to be going away on this beautiful yacht for any length of time. What a place to do it from. Magnificent. There's access both sides out onto the forward boat deck. We'll take a look at that. Portuguese bridge, and then large sun pad. There's a bit of flexibility with how you can have these spec'd, but I love that the owners have taken to filling this out with a sun bathing area, because that just does look absolutely fantastic. Wouldn't this be a place for all of you, all 6 of you, to come out and spend some time? That's brilliant, isn't it? We'll come through and give you a nice perspective of this, as well as the anchor gear. The double anchors you can see here, it's pretty magnificent. Again, all about redundancy. I'll come up. That's a good perspective. There we go. Great view of the Flybridge, which we're going to head up to in a second. There's the Fleming 55. You might have tuned in and saw the walkthrough we did at this the boat show in Sydney last year. If you haven't, you can find that, but that's a lovely, lovely boat as well. That's Houdini, a Fleming 55. But we'll come back down. Grab rails everywhere, high bulwarks, and that teak, or Fleming have started doing this now in it's like a synthetic teak. It's actually fiberglass. Some owners still want the original, like genuine teak, and others go for this proprietary fiberglass teak cap railing, because obviously it still looks beautiful, but there's obviously less maintenance with that. Look at those side decks all the way down, that overhang, keeping you nice and tucked in. They really are special boats. Up onto the Flybridge. The second helm station is here. I'll get behind the wheel so you can get that perspective out. I'm sorry if you can hear, there's some construction going on here at Darling Harbour, and it's a little bit noisy. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you. So that's the second of the helm stations, and there's quite a bit of space here to lounge and entertain. Some sun pads there. We've got a big C-shaped dining area here for 6, and then there's also a second elongated lounging section here. Now all of this is completely covered underneath the hardtop, as you can see, which is absolutely brilliant. If we come all the way back, you can see here is where the tender lives. There's a big crane just here to lower that over the side. If you're watching the video, you could have your guess as to how long that tender is. I would say that to me looks like it's probably about 4 meters. There you go. A gas barbecue as well, just there. And I think I'll come all the way forward so you can get a good perspective of what this looks like from here. Pretty amazing. Before we dive off, just also point out there's a little rear wing station there. So this is really an owner-operator boat. So that's perfect, isn't it, to come all the way back here. And as you can see, bringing this boat into a tight berth would be much easier with the aid of this corner wing station. Fantastic. Let's leave the Flybridge and hopefully some of that background noise as well. There we go. And we'll swing down and we'll look at the lower deck accommodation. There's 3 cabins, as you would have guessed, for 6 guests. We'll go forward and take a look. At this beautiful cabin. Now this is the owner's cabin. It's a great aesthetic. Have a look at that. Big raised queen size bed. The detail that goes into these boats is beautiful. Look at those beautiful sconces there on the ends. All of the cabinetry is just immaculate. I need to point out as well, this is not a brand new boat. This boat, I believe, is I think 5 or 6 years old, and it is immaculate. Hanging locker here, a nice sized television for you to watch in bed. Yeah, the owners, and I believe there's been 2 previous owners, have obviously lovingly cared for this boat because it is, you would have thought it's just left the factory. It's in that good condition. There's another hanging locker tucked behind here. We don't need to open that up. But the owners has its own ensuite head, which is here. Really good shower stall. Again, the detailing in the floor with those accents is it's pretty nice, isn't it? All done to the same standard. Just beautiful. So that's the lucky owner's cabin or stateroom. There's 2 further. They both share this head, which is also a full shower stall like this. The same lovely cabinetry. Storage behind both of these mirrors, as well as in here. As well as under there. Lovely. And that services 2 cabins. This cabin, as you can see, could have up to 3 guests. Those are really good sized singles. They look a little wider than you'd typically find in a cabin like this. And that's like, it isn't, I don't think, oh, that is a Pullman. So that can be an additional berth if you need it. But standard would be that you would just have these 2 singles like that. Good size hanging locker. And then this is really well done. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Really, really nice. Did you notice the curved finishes on the doors and the door frames? I do like that, have to say. Washer and dryer separate. And then the last cabin, the third cabin, is slightly smaller. It's the smaller of the 3 cabins, obviously. And it's got like an over-under pair of singles. Again though, with decent locker space, not as much of course, but there's drawers. All of the cabinetry, I mean it is proper cabinetry. Open one of these. It's all dovetailed cabinetry, it's all proper stuff. More of that up here. Yeah, they're just really well put together boats, aren't they? There you go. So there's our 3 cabins, our 2 heads, that beautiful owners. I'm going to come back out here through the saloon, and I want to show you the engines, of course, but a very, very thoughtful and very, very cool thing that Fleming have done with the hatch into the engines. Now, one of the joys of doing a lot of boat walkthrough videos is ducking down into engine rooms, but one of the perils is often the stairs down can be like getting down the side of Everest. But look what the thoughtful designers at Fleming have come up with here. I'll just spin around so you can see that. So there's a swing out, like a rail that swings out from the underside of the hatch and it connects down into a slot there. And what that gives you, and I'm not going to do it because I'm holding a gimbal, it gives you a second point to hang on to as you go down these stairs, which are pretty gentle as well. So you might say, oh well, that's a little thing, but I'm telling you, the last thing you want if you're out in the middle of the ocean doing something is to have that come down and hit you on the top of the head. That would be very, very unpleasant. But here we are, safely. So down in the engine room, we're in the lazarette at the moment, and you can see there's a ton of storage down here for all sorts of things. You could have dry goods down here, anything you want, luggage. There's a ton of storage down here in the lazarette. What else can I show you? Oh, spin around. I want to grab my notes about the engines, because we'll duck through there in a minute and see they're switching. Oh, we'll crawl through and we'll talk a little bit about what the boat's kitted out with. Actually, it's a nice little spot to sit here so I can read my notes and tell you. So there's a pair of MAN i6 800. These are shaft-drived engines. Now each of these is 800 horsepower, and in terms of speeds, obviously we know that these aren't speed boats. They're made for long range cruising, but at about 2300 RPM, you get about 18 to 19 knots from this. But the most economical way to use a boat like this is to cruise long distances at lower speeds. And so Fleming quote that at 8 knots, with the amount of fuel on board here, about 1700 US gallons or over 6,000 litres, you can achieve a range of over 2,000 nautical miles, which is pretty impressive, and which is why you buy a boat like this. It's fitted, you might have spotted when we're in the helm, that it's fitted with bow and stern thrusters. There's also fin stabilisers on board as well. There's our hot water just there. You can see there's the shaft out of that engine. And the other thing is, you can see it's pretty easy to walk around in here. Good amounts of space, access to all parts of the engine. It's pretty good. Pretty good. This boat comes with a basically it's like an online owner's manual system. So, you know, if you are out and you need to figure out how to do something yourself, repair something, replace something, do a bit of on-the-run servicing, they come with like a tablet system which allows you to do all of that on the go yourself, in case you're you're not near the convenience of someone doing that for you. But there you go. Terrific engine room, and very pleased to see it being very easy to get in and out of. We'll take these stairs back up, and I think we can finish the tour. Well, that's our full features walkthrough of this beautiful Fleming 65. Thank you so much to Sam from Fleming Australia, who is always very accommodating, getting us on board these boats. We really appreciate it. I know you guys love seeing them, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you next week on another tour. Bye for now.